there. But yes,
We're discussing this live on air. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching us here. Welcome to another episode of Unpopular Review. I am the executive, so take that down. Saw 2 movie review with none other than Mike Knox as well as Vic. Welcome aboard. And yeah, I saw that little cloud in the sky, and ironically, we're about to have a hurricane, tropical storm, something down here. But
as usual.
whatever. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not a snowstorm or a rat storm.
And what we talking about tonight?
That. That's
what we talking about tonight?
Saw 2.
I want to play a game. Greetings and welcome. Right now, you are breathing in a deadly nerve agent. The only way out is to find an antidote. One is inside the safe. You all possess the combination in the back of your mind. Let the game begin. Oh, yes. There will be blood.
Before we start talking about Saw 2, let me tell you about a trap that I was on that was really, really bad. One time I went on a plane, and for some reason, I don't know what happened. I had a shot, and then I woke up. When I woke up, I was in a New York bar. Terrible trap, man. I don't know what I did and how I didn't appreciate it, but thankfully, I survived that game, okay? And there was no blood. Ladies and gentlemen, Saw 2, talking about a premise pretty much is this. They found out Jigsaw after there was a kidnapping that happened, or actually a murder happened. The detective was a little enticed because he was called out pretty much by Jigsaw, found where Jigsaw is, only to find out that he is actually a part of a much bigger game. And as I put in the description, hey, was this movie as good, or was the twist as good as the first one? Could they recapture that moment? That's pretty much what this was about. But before we get too much into it, before we talk more about final thoughts, and I can tell you right now that I did like the traps in this movie. There were a lot of cringe scenes in this movie. I know that a lot of people say this movie started the torture porn era, so to speak, because there was a lot of torture in this movie. But a lot of them, I'll just tell you my favorite trap overall. The one of the most cringeworthy trap to me it was the scene where she was thrown in the needle pit. I just that one right there. That was just some of the most. I remember just looking at that, and what I miss about, and they transitioned more in this year in 2005 when this movie came out. But I miss not having everything CGI'd. That was just brutal to watch. All those needles going in there, and you don't know if they're sanitized or anything like that. It was just really, really uncomfortable to watch.
You know what though? The whole thing with her, the fact that she was thrown in there, because I remember watching this movie, you kind of had like an idea that she was part of whatever, but that scene kind of threw you off because she was thrown in there and she was doing part of the game. You know what I mean? Like throughout the movie, it felt like she was a ringleader, which
I didn't see that in there.
But like in this,
I didn't see that. I didn't see, especially once that scene happened. There's no way I'd have thought, spoiler alert, that should have been a part of Eric's mastermind plan and getting on his team. There's no way I saw that part coming. So for me, when I did see the end, I actually was pretty much like, because I didn't see it coming. And then you go back, and I think what directors do very well, and when you watch a movie or a TV show more than once, you can then start to see the little nuances of the director showing you they were a part of it. But as I'm literally watching it again, I don't remember it so much from 2005, but did rewatch it just today, and I'm like glued to it. Like, okay, because I only got up to like Saw 5.
Well, Saw 1 did a very good job with that too. I mean, more so I'll even say than Saw 2, but Saw 1 definitely did a really good job of looking back and saying, "Oh wow, I missed that. Oh, I should have seen that. I should have known that." And just the stuff you just know because you just saw it was something in passing. But one thing that Saw does very well, at least the first few did, is that they tell a good story and making you realize that you really have to pay attention to every scene. Whether you think it's significant or insignificant, it can turn out to be significant. Even when he's telling his clues, pay attention to the numbers on the back of your mind.
Yeah,
it's so obvious when I think about it. I'm like, wow, I should have known. And just even from the very first, the reverse bear trap is what I call it. He said, think of it as a Venus flytrap. That was a brutal death, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember, shout out to Largo, Maryland, going to see this movie and in this very scene. And when the timer go off, and I remember I was in this ghetto movie theater, and somebody said, "Edward, that's an eyeball. You better take that eyeball out." It's coming. It was funny while I was watching it because I'm looking at him and he's like this, and he's like, "I can't do it." I'm like, "It's about to be a hell of a lot worse, man. It's about to be a hell of a lot worse." I mean, I felt this pain though.
I miss those movie theaters just for the commentary.
Alone.
That shit was fun. You would miss the movie and get into all the shit talking. I miss those days. I'm about to go to a ghetto movie theater.
Yeah,
I'm good. You can keep that.
This movie was pretty ghetto. The guy that was a part of it ended up getting, burnt somewhat to death.
Yeah,
all the scenes, all the traps I thought were like really gruesome, except for the scene that I understand it, but it was a little okay. Was when she was dumb enough to stick her hands in.
First of all, I'm just gonna go there because I know you and how you're dislike for things. And this is probably a homer pick. Her getting this could not have happened to a worse mother as she is Jenny's mother on One Tree Hill. I was so happy when I seen her in this. I said, "Oh yeah, she's definitely gonna die." Shout out to Captain Shakespeare. Okay, she was a horrible mother. She stole Jenny away from Peyton and Brooke. She got everything she deserved. So for me personally, I loved watching her get her just deserved. But you were stupid.
So I don't remember her being on a tree.
Like,
I don't remember her being in the tree.
Well, of course not, because you know nothing about anything other than what you know about. So it's okay. Step outside the box. Follow the rabbit hole. Follow the rabbit. I know more than just the box that is Mike Knox.
Y'all sound like my students when they talk about General Hospital. That's hilarious.
At least they stay awake.
What's wrong with General Hospital?
No, it's just they all 80. So
I hate to sound ageist, but when you say students, most people don't think about 80-year-olds. But
yeah,
anyway.
That's true.
Man, this man's in a reverse Cocoon movie. There you go.
The interesting part, and one of the reasons why I felt like a lot of the sequels did not work, is because the main focus of the first two movies is the voice, and I mean the voice of actual Jigsaw.
Yeah.
And you saw more of him in this movie, and I have to admit, one of my favorite, really my favorite parts of this movie, that was brutal death too, was him talking to Detective Matthews and everything he was saying to Detective Matthews. And I remember when they did the flashback scene, not even trying to skip ahead, but I just do it. When he said, "All you have to do is sit here and talk to me. If you sit here and talk to me, you will find your son in a safe and secure spot."
That was brilliant.
And lo and behold, timer goes, open the door. He is right there, safe and secure. But because Detective Matthews could not fight his inner demons, which, hey, as a father, I understand, but could not fight his inner demons, he ended up far, far worse. But it was amazing, and we'll go around one last time. But it was amazing to me to see when they thought they found the house. After the dude said, "I'll take you to the house," and then he's like, she said, "I can't see you. I can't see you." I'm like, what's going on? They all look like they're in this house. Why can't they see each other? Only to find out, one, that wasn't the right house because it was playing the tape. Two, it was already taped, and they pressed the pause. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Because you purposely thought, it led to the fact that everything was going to happen at the same time. Brilliant. I'll talk more about my final thoughts. Mike Knox, what you got before we get to our commercial break?
No, like watching this film again, I really got into it today. Like I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, we're doing Saw. I really don't want to. Like I stopped at 5. I really remember that vividly. It's like one of the movies, and I go, well, did they need to have so many sequels? And then I answered it about anything that there is out there. That if there's an audience for it, they're going to keep making it. How many Screams have there been? How many Texas Chainsaw Massacre? The list goes on and on. Final Destinations. People still like them. Fast and Furious movies, people still like them. And this happens to be one of them series that, will they get better with age? We shall see. Only we know good wine does, good liquor do, Mike Knox do, but does Saw franchise do? So, but for number 2, I was into it. Jigsaw was just, how blunt can you be about what you're doing and nobody gets what you're doing? Like he's not lying. They think he's just telling them what it is. This is what's going to happen. But I did think the chick that did throw me off when she was saving the kid, and the kid saved her, and But my man, that got murdered up in Power, the big boy that killed my man Leon Johnson in the back of the head with the bat, he deserved to get it too. How he got it, he cut his back of his neck out and all that. But that scene was pretty gross to me too. Victor Moan Jr.
Well, I mean, the main thing that I like about these movies is the psychological warfare. Jigsaw was just brilliant in everything that he did. You know, especially the whole thing with the son being in the safe, secure place of all. You know what I mean? The throw offs were great because especially like the girl with the needle, and this part was just hilarious to me. You know, but then at the same time, it also showed like how much of an asshole the Puerto Rican guy was. Because wow,
he threw the girl the needles for heaven's sake.
Like he really was narcissistic.
You know what? I didn't blame him so much as I blamed everybody else. Everybody else just sat there and watched her. Right?
They were scared of him.
Yeah, no, they were because he was on some tough guy shit. But like, yeah, man, like he was just a bad dude. You know,
he annoyed me one scene where the woman got her arms trapped in the thing, right? And he goes in there, he looks at it, he just backs up so slowly.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like, if you're gonna go, you're on time, go. You know,
like I got what I need. Fuck all the y'all type shit. Like, you know what I mean? But it was definitely a good time. Like you don't look away from this because you really want to see what goes on. And then the end was just shocking once again, just like the first movie. You know, so
his name was Xavier, Mr. Frankie G. Boy, only one artist has the name Gina that we recognize. His name is Kenny, not Frankie. So he got murdered in everything you play in. All right,
that's hilarious.
Shout out to one of Rico's roughnecks, Allison Carey, in the movie, the female detective who was so dumb watching the tape the whole time. Diana Meyer, she was in this movie. Donnie Wahlberg, best known for being Mark Wahlberg's brother now. You know, damn shame he started the New Kids on the Block, and now he's just an afterthought.
It's hilarious. He's making references to that trash, Rico's roughnecks. Yeah, I mean, he's making references to all that. Listen, man, you know what's a better movie? You turn on the lights in the hood and you start killing roaches with a chancla. That's a better time. That's a better movie.
You experience a lot in the Bronx.
Only in New York.
Yeah.
Only in New York.
You know what I mean? Like,
maybe I'm gonna say I stopped there because I've been
all the kind of bugs there are down in Florida. I better recognize you.
You know what? I'm not gonna disagree.
Swamp, man. You in the Everglades, man.
I'm not going to disagree with you. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of bugs down here.
I know roaches though.
Not as many as New York.
Of course, because we got more people. There's more food out in the streets. But y'all got iguanas and swans and snakes.
Yeah, but they don't vote.
Y'all
have rats.
The rats don't vote. Stop.
The rats order pizza.
Yeah, no, they don't.
They do.
You know why? Because people throw pizza in the subway and they get it from the subway. Why would they spend money?
Thursday.
Coming to you now from the largest studio ever constructed, it's The Truman Show!
Good morning!
Good morning!
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What if? No scripts, no cue cards.
Morning, Spencer. How's it going?
What if you were watched every moment of your life?
How many cameras you got there in that town?
5,000.
I believe Truman is the first child to have been legally adopted by a corporation.
That's correct.
Brilliant.
Feels like the whole world revolves around me. Everybody seems to be in on it.
I'm going away for a while.
Live or die. Make your choice. Hello. Do you want to play a game?
Nice.
You know, not for nothing. I love that doll. I don't know. That's like my favorite character. And I wanted to be the doll for Halloween sometimes. I just don't know how to pull it off. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Review Entertainment. This is the Saw 2 movie review. On Thursday, we'll be getting into our Jim Carrey franchise. Well, not franchise. We'll talk about our favorite Jim Carrey movies. We're going to start off with The Truman Show in a special doubleheader because I got to get this movie done, and that's Pacific Rim 2. Got to get it done this Thursday.
And they're doing a Jim Carrey in honor of him retiring from acting.
Correct.
So comment below, let us know, share and like what's some of your favorite Jim Carrey movies that are out there. And if you've been watching the show this long, if you're watching now, go ahead and like, follow, and just subscribe to the channel. You know, hey, we're trying to get to 1,000 subs. I mean, some people ask for, I'm almost at 100,000, 50,000. We're trying to get to 1,000. Come on, y'all. Hit that subscribe button and let us know you like Unpopular View Entertainment.
Jim Carrey's last movie was Sonic Hedgehog 2. Now, there were rumors he was going to retire for a little while now, which is why he's, done little.
So he's not doing Sonic 3?
He is not doing Sonic 3.
Wow.
Sonic 2 was his last one, which is why if you saw the movie, it ended the way it ended. Without telling you anything away, it ended the way it ended, but open-endedly, I'll say. So let's go ahead and get into our final thoughts for Saw 2. Mike Knox, will start with you. Final thoughts? Well, it's thumb up, thumb down.
I gotta say, as Vic would say, I like the movie. I didn't get the chance to see the first one. Don't really remember the first one, but like I said, I dove into today. Back in the 2000s, life was a blur for me and those moments. But I did dive in today. I sat down. It was on Philo or Pluto TV, for heaven's sakes. But that's where it was for free.
It's also on Prime.
Had the commercials. That's okay, but nothing was cut from it. Cool. Now I know for free. I hit the search button on the coup, and that's what it came up is. That's what I went in with.
All on Prime.
But overall, I thought it was a good plot. I liked the mastermind behind it. I thought the twist was good. I didn't see it coming. I thought the deaths were what they were in the first one. That much I do remember. What's made this franchise is the deaths. A movie like this is built off of the fan base of those who like gore. I'm not a horror fan of supernaturals. I won't dive into the exorcisms or the nuns and those kind of films, but I will dive into some crazy mofo out here trying to kill people. For me, thumbs up, good movie. I really anticipating the third movie. Like I said, I do remember watching up to about 5, maybe 6. I know I got to about 5, so can't wait to see 3 and see what happens with that. But thumbs up for me, Vic.
I would definitely tell you that he's not a murderer. He allows people to make the choice themselves.
Well, technically, by law, he's a murderer.
Yeah, he's a murderer.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, the only bad part in this movie was Marky Mark's brother because his acting is trash.
Go!
What did Wahlberg do to you?
No, I mean, is Marky Mark got the talent to be, there's always one that has the talent.
He's the funky bunch.
And the rest doesn't really have the talent. You know what I mean? Like, you see how Kim Kardashian is good at acting and the rest of them aren't. So
Kim Kardashian's not good at acting.
I mean, she's perceived to be. But, you know what I mean? And the rest of them aren't. And, like, so they do other things. You know what I mean?
Everybody's got to go. I've seen our whole movie. That was good acting.
So now this guy, he's good at selling, like, hamburgers and hamburger stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just better if he does that. But anyway, other than that, like, the movie was good. It was a good time. It's just that Marky Mark's brother doesn't know how to act. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Mr. Wahlberg.
And then, the girl from the Roach movie, she was okay. But she doesn't know how to act either. So, But other than that, this movie was good because everybody else was good. It was nice seeing Mos Def. It's always nice to see Mos Def. You know what I mean? But
I remember Mos Def in this.
No, not Mos Def. What's his name?
He thinks got whacked in the back of the head is Mos Def.
Yeah, talking about Bobby Johnson.
No,
OG man. Bobby Johnson.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I can't believe
that's OG Bobby Johnson. What are you talking about? Deuces, man, Deuces.
I can't believe.
And he's Purnell from Menace to Society.
Thank you. I should have said Purnell. That's what I should.
Purnell.
Where it at?
Anyway,
I'll give it a thumbs up, even though I dragged it out.
Yes. We knew that already.
Yeah, we did. So I'll say this for this movie. I was excited to see it because I love Saw 1 so much. However, we all know that a lot of times if you go to see a movie with high expectations, it fails those expectations. This movie did not fail those expectations to me. Mm-hmm. They actually exceeded a little bit. And I'm not saying this is going to be in my top 5 or is Michael say the greatest of all time. I'm not going to say that. But I really, really was happy to see the pacing of this movie, which I thought was very good. The depths in this movie I thought was very good. I like the conversation. I like the dialogue between Jigsaw and the guy that Marky Mark's brother that can't act apparently. I thought it was good. When they were running in the tunnels and they opened the door and turned on the lights and you found out they were in that same bathroom again, I literally dropped my mouth and said, "Oh my God, they're in that same bathroom." I thought it was great. And then the twist where you find out that she was in on it after he was all bloody and loved it. Loved every part of it. That reveal was great to me.
At first, I thought it was going to be his son, actually.
I thought so too. You knew somebody was like, and you're looking. You're like, who is it? For her to say game over and shut the door, I thought it was good. And quite honestly speaking, when I watched it and saw that, I was like, what a great end to the franchise. I thought that should have been it. Little did I know it was not. But this is the highest grossing Saw movie of all time. When you hear that, after only costing, I believe this only cost like $4 or $5 million to make.
Yeah, because they didn't go anywhere.
Known that it was going to be a Saw 3. Was Saw 3 as good as Saw 1 and Saw 2? We're going to talk about that next week. Thank you so much for watching us. For Mike Knox.
Is that a thumbs up? Is that a thumbs up?
Oh, yeah, thumbs up, definitely.
Okay, and I'm sorry. Let me interfere for 1 second, guys. I apologize because you're just another part of me. Okay, happy birthday, happy heavenly birthday to the king of pop, one Michael Jackson. Now you
go. Oh, wow.
Turned 65 days. I'm sorry, 65 years old today, actually. So
I've been playing this music all day.
Damn, I should have got to the Spike Lee concert. Man, he has a Michael Jackson concert in the park every year.
Thank you.
Oh,
okay. I was with you. I was like, what the hell is that?
Spike Lee, he does his thing in Brooklyn. He takes over a park every year at his birthday, around his birthday, and does his big thing. And then sometimes he does it like mixed with Prince and all of that. And it's a good time. Trust me. It is a good time. There's like nutcrackers all over in the streets. Everybody's wilding. Half the girls half naked. Anyway, let me shut up. But it was a good time.
Anyway, let me
shout out to Spike Lee and Michael Jackson.
I hear you. I hear you. On his birthday, on the anniversary of his death, I usually try to go to the club and hoping they're going to play nothing but Michael Jackson songs for 10 minutes because it's really good. I haven't had that in a while, but thank you so much, Mike, for pointing that out. Today is Michael Jackson's birthday. Go ahead and understand. We thank you so much for watching us here tonight, and we will see you right here next time on Unpopular Reviews. Good night, everybody.
Peace.